there's definitely that thought of like, okay, he dumped me, especially for someone that's not as good as me, I think.
Partnerships are so interesting and so unique to this sport, and there is nothing like it besides dating.
You don't quit your job before you find a new one. So you never break up with your partner before you have your new one set up.
Beach volleyball, the ecosystem of partnerships, it's very interesting. Definitely a factor in the game.
On the AVP, I think there is a lot more partner switching, and you're trying to fight for points just to get into the tournament, and
someone at the top breaks up and it kind of just all trickles down.
It's a relationship. You talk, you date, you make it official or you don't.
It's like we're dating or like you're in a marriage, you know?
I always say partnerships are like a marriage.
There's a look at Sarah Sponcil a year ago alongside Cheng. Right now, she's trying to get right back to that final alongside her new partner, Terese Cannon.
It's a dance sometimes, like feeling out like, how is this gonna work, you know?
And then to separate, it is like a breakup. And you see those people on the beach and you're like, oh my gosh, they just broke up last year. They used to play together. They used to spend all their time together and travel together.
Then breaking up is very much the exact same as dating somebody.
Yeah, in that sense, it is ruthless.
When we first split up and he beat me a couple of times, Shale was always watching like the win-loss ratios between us.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to say anything I'm gonna regret. So, next question.
Interesting time to split from your partner, but I guess if you're going to make a move, now would be the time to do it.
It's hard because in the United States, there's just so many good players. So I think sometimes the partner switches happen more often than in other countries just because there's more options.
But usually every year people reevaluate what they want to do and if they want something different in a partner.
It's just chaotic when you constantly have to be switching and calling people up and breaking up with them. And it is weird because the community is so small. So it's like, you know, if you can live in peace with everyone, that would be ideal.
It is a business move. It's a business, but it's like also there's so much into it, feelings and family. And
do you know why Chase and Casey stopped playing together? I like that team.
To say that does not affect you or doesn't matter just means that you were not fully in that partnership, I think. And I don't think that is possible if you were putting all this time and effort into a partnership.
You never know. Like, you all hope that it's going to work out.
But there is so much of an emotional connection. I think that ties a lot of teams together. So it makes that breakup a little bit extra painful or a little more dicey to navigate around.
Now, I know you talked about wanting to pass him. You don't like him having more than you, but I mean, you can't break this up. I think you just need to get more together.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
The phone call probably lasted like 30 seconds. That was pretty much it. I was just shocked. Like, not only just the way it kind of went down, but also like, dude, you're gonna pick up Chaim? Like, I mean, I understand if like Phil called and wanted to like make the run, but you're gonna pick up Chaim, who I think I'm way better at a volleyball player than, and it's like, yeah.
Everyone recognizing how close this team of Tri and Trevor are.
What's the proper etiquette of breaking up and testing out the waters?
I think you can be dumped in so many ways. I've been dumped in person. I've been dumped over text.
You know, it's not you, it's me. You can throw out all the cliches.
There's no like one way how it goes.
I've been broken up with and I've done the breaking up. It's like, I don't know which one's worse. They're both really hard to like look at someone that you've been through a lot with and have to say, look, I really respect you as a player, but I'm gonna have to go a different way just for myself, or just to hear someone tell you that too is never easy.
There's never like a contract that we're signing and we're obligated to stay with someone.
We broke up at the end of season and she asked me like, oh, okay, like who are you playing with? I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, what? Like, you don't know who you're playing with, but you're breaking up with me? I'm like, I thought it was like the better thing to do than go find someone like behind your back and then do it. And she was like, looked at me like I was crazy or stupid for like doing that. And I'm like, I don't know, like I'm still very young and figuring this out.
I think the worst breakup is on the road because it's like, well, what now? Like, oh, and what's even worse is when you broken up, but you still have to play together. Because then you know they don't want to play with you, but you're sitting there and you're getting side, like they're serving you, and I just can't like be like, oh, I'm struggling because you already don't want to play with me. So being vulnerable is like kind of impossible. That is brutal.
But it's definitely a conversation where you're like, make sure you have it in person. Don't do anything like over the phone or over text.
Sometimes you don't know the tone over a text, over an emoji, you know, so.
Because there is players who have done that and it doesn't end up well for them. You definitely get talked about a lot. So you definitely meet up, you bear through it, and I think the more mature players will understand that it's a business decision.
The longer you've been together, I think the more someone deserves, like you guys, they deserve to talk it out and move on.
Are you nervous that this might damage your relationship?
Oh, 100%. Like that's been like probably the hardest part of trying to figure out how to do it. And you know, I think words are very powerful, and so finding the right words to make sure that he doesn't feel like the value of our friendship is less because of what's happening, or the value of his volleyball is less because of what's happening. So that's been like in my head the past couple days. That's been the toughest part. This one will be a little bit rougher. Logan's one of my best friends, so the talk is I'm not thrilled to have it. So not just only am I trying to, you know, do it the right way, but I'm also trying to maintain a friendship after this.